What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, bringing you another projected Madden 16 overall ratings video. Today we're looking at the Seattle Seahawks. And as per usual, 30 likes, a new video uploaded soonish. 50 likes, a new video uploaded immediately. As always, we want 10,000 subs by the time Madden 16 comes out, so please tell your friends about the channel. Tell your boys, show us at work, go to fucking Future Shop or Best Buy. Open up our channel on all those computers, and then, tell people to sub. Do what you gotta do, guys. Come on, help the Beast Mode Nation grow. So without further ado, look at the top 5 overall players in the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, you guys start with Richard Sherman. That's a 99. Best corner in the NFL. Then we got Earl Thomas, 97 at free safety. Debatably the best free safety in the NFL. I think it's between him and Eric Weddle personally. Then you get the recently acquired Jimmy Graham, who's, even though he's convincingly the second best tight end in the game, I personally will still go with, Gronk over Jimmy Graham. 97. Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch, big fan of the channel, 96. You got Cam Chancellor, fucking freaking nature at 95. And we might as well just mention still Russell Wilson, 94. I mean, the 90s on this team are insane. Look, Bobby Wagner, 93. Always, they're obviously going to be the best team in Madden, even though they lost out in the Super Bowl because they did not fucking run the ball. They're just such a freakishly good team. Now look at the quarterback position. Obviously, you got to give Russell Wilson a 94 overall. Not the big highlight passing quarterback, but he can do it all. Last year he had just under 3,500 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so does not turn the ball over a whole lot. Also contributed to almost 900 rushing yards on the ground and 6 rushing touchdowns. So I mean, pretty much as complete of a quarterback as you can get. Only reason why I didn't give him a lot higher is because he is, definitely not the cleanest thrower in the NFL. But, dictates the attack. He doesn't have to fucking be the guy that throws it 30 times a game. But you can still hand it off at least for one more season to Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch. So 94, very fair for Russell Wilson. Look at the running back position, as mentioned. Obviously, you got Turbin and Michael there, who just must be licking at the chops for when third time to take over and Marshawn Lynch steps aside. But until that happens, Beast Mode Skittles, 96 overall, Marshawn Lynch, such a fucking beast. 1,300 rushing yards last year. We'll go along with 1,300 rushing yards to go with 13 touchdowns, as well as 350 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns. I mean, fucking beast, Marshawn Lynch. What an animal. Glad to see him stick around for at least one more season. He's exciting to watch. He might look like a lobster, but he's still a fucking animal. Fullback, you got DERRICK Coleman, 81. Pretty athletic. Jesus Christ, 87 speed. Jesus. Wide receiver, obviously the glaring weakness. Obviously the addition of Jimmy Graham's going to really help their passing attack, but still no legit. I'd say at best Baldwin's a good number 2 on most teams. We gave him an 80 overall. Last year Doug Baldwin had 66 receptions, 825 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jermaine Kearse, we gave him a 77. Maybe a little too high. I don't know. 38 receptions, 500 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ricardo Lockett, 76. Didn't he have a fucking... Was he the guy that went off in the playoff? He had one really big playoff game. You got Paul Richardson, the speedster, out of Colorado from year 4. I was actually kind of surprised he didn't get involved in the offense more. Pretty much almost a like for like with Deshaun Jackson. I really like Tyler Lockett, the pick out of Kansas State. This guy's going to... I can actually see this guy being their top wide receiver coming into this year. When it's all said and done, really like that pick, so we gave him a 70. Look at the tight end position, obviously. Little Luke Wilson is pretty underrated, Canadian boy. Came up pretty big in the playoffs. Also had 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. But obviously the addition of Jimmy Graham from the New Orleans Saints, he's going to be it. I mean, how you going to fucking load the box to stop Marshawn Lynch and then be able to cover Jimmy Graham? I mean, it's going to be the best of both worlds. Really interesting to see how this all plays out. But a 97 for Jimmy Graham, a freak tight end. Looking at the offensive line, got a little bit weaker trading Max Unger to the Saints in the Jimmy Graham deal. But you still got Russell Okung. 88 overall left tackle. Left guard, Alvin Bailey. I thought Alvin Bailey went from the fucking Hurricanes. Whatever. 74 overall. A little bit of weak there on the interior. Center, Patrick Lewis. L'Emmanuel Jean-Pierre. Who's going to be their center now? There's some fucking question marks here. J.R. Sweezy, a solid guard, but I would still say, the interior of this offensive line is pretty weak for the Seahawks. It'll be tough to see if they can get an offensive line unit to be able to help them make another big, serious playoff run. Right tackle Justin Britt, 75. So that's all in all, like I said, just a pretty average offensive line for the Seahawks. Hopefully they're going to be able to make holes so that Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch can run. Now looking on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, as good of a defense as I've seen since I've been watching football. We're going to start with Michael Bennett, who gave a 90 overall. Last year, Michael Bennett had 7 sacks in 16 starts. I believe he had the most sacks on the team, so sacks really go all the way around on this team. They share the sacks, they share the spoils. But still 90 overall for Michael Bennett. Right defensive end, Cliff Avril, we gave him an 84. Pretty one-dimensional, not the best tackler or run stopper, but still had 5 sacks in 16 starts, so still a pretty productive pass rusher. Defensive tackle, Brandon Mabane, we'll go with Mabane, 90 overall. Really, really solid interior defensive tackle. What did he do last year? Brandon Mabane, where you at, bruh? Where you at? 9 starts, 1 sack, 20 tackles. I don't know if he was hurt. Those are pretty low stats from his standards, but he's still, really, really solid against the run. I remember when he was hurt for a couple games last year, they were pretty horrendous against stopping the run. Stopping the run in the interior was pretty weak near the end of the season. But still, Mabane, when healthy, is as good of a defensive tackle. Then you just got Jordan Hill, Tony McDaniel, and Athilia Rubin, former Cleveland Brown. Nice little rotation there for the second starter there at defensive tackle. Left outside linebacker Bruce Irvin, some contract stuff going on. I don't think he's going to be back. They didn't use the pickup as option, the 5th-year option. Still an 83, 91 speed. Fun as hell to use in Madden. 6.5 sacks last year. 2 interceptions. What else we got there? 1 forced fumble. How many total tackles we got? Just 30, just under 50 total tackles. So I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't pick up the 5th option on this guy. Obviously, salary cap is a pretty big concern there in Seattle. But Bruce Irvin has definitely developed leaps and bounds, because I remember he was pretty shit as a rookie. Middle linebacker Bobby Wagner, in my opinion, he's still underrated. I don't really know how. Made the Pro Bowl last year, first team All-Pro. 93. What did he have here? He had 2 sacks, 50, 80, that's like 120, 130 tackles. He's an absolute beast. Real leader, really controls that defense. Just another superstar on that defensive side of the ball. Right outside linebacker KJ Wright, we gave him an 89 overall. Led the team in tackles last year, did he? It was close. Last year he had 3 forced fumbles, 2 sacks, and roughly about 120, 130 tackles. Him and Bobby Wagner are very formidable. KJ Wright can play a little bit inside linebacker, but predominantly right outside linebacker. 89, by God. My God, playing against this defense. Now look at the secondary. Obviously, Byron Maxwell came to my Philadelphia Eagles. We paid like a motherfucker to get him, so let's hope that God he isn't just a product of that defense. Richard Sherman still getting the 99 overall. Had 4 interceptions last season. How many yards did he have? 81 yards. I don't think he took any. Did he take any to the house? He didn't take any to the house, unfortunately. Still 1 forced fumble, as well as almost 70 total tackles, which is, maybe that's a little too high for a corner, but still, I mean, Richard Sherman, for my money, is the best corner in the NFL. You got Jeremy Lane, who's, alright, solid guy. Kerry Williams is average, speaking from an Eagle fan. So, I mean, going to be interesting to see how Richard Sherman's going to be able to cope. Luckily, he has the greatest safety combination I can fucking remember behind him. But it's going to be interesting to see who can replace Byron Maxwell's spot there as the number 2 corner. Because Byron Maxwell pretty much came over and took over the void Brandon Browner left. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be Lane, who's going to be Kerry Williams, who knows. Free safety, Earl Thomas, we gave him a 97 overall. It is what it is. Earl Thomas is an absolute beast. Still can't believe Philly passed on him and got Brandon Graham a couple of drafts ago. Last year, Earl Thomas, 16 games started, 1 interception, 4 forced fumbles. What do we got there? 80, 90, 100, 110 tackles, give or take. Made a Pro Bowl. He's a Pro Bowl type player. What else can you say? He's a beast. Beast. And then, even more bigger of a beast, Cam Chancellor, one of my favorite players in the NFL. Tough to say as an Eagle fan. But do you remember when he blocked those field goals? He just straight up just jumped over the offensive line, didn't even get flagged because he was just straight up outverting over the fucking the tackles. 95 overall for the beast Cam Chancellor. What do you have last year? 14 games started, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, 80, 90, just over 100 total tackles. But I mean, this guy, this is a fucking game changer. He's a fucking game changer. Old school type safety, gonna fuck you up in the box. Can play the run, above average in coverage. That's what you need. Special teams, Stephen Hauschka, one of the better kickers in the NFL. We gave him a 90. And John Ryan, again, an above average punter in the NFL as well. 86 overall, another Canadian boy. But there you have it, guys. Those are the ratings for projected Madden 16 Seattle Seahawks. As always, this video hits 30 likes. A new video uploaded soonish. 50 likes. A new video we uploaded immediately. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Like I said, we want 10,000 subs by the time Madden 16 comes out. I know we can do it. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.